on 21st of January, it will be 2 years. Our Hafiz Hanif, who had passed away, and on 21st of January, it will be 2 years. On Sunday, I was standing on his grave, and I was wondering, before he passed away, maximum 3 to 4 years, 2, 3, 4 years, his day and night has completely changed. You can ask the Imams of the Masjid that he will ring that what is the virtue of this dua? What is the virtue of this surah? If you will ask him, within days, sometime, not week, within days, he used to complete the whole Quran. He used to complete the whole Quran. So now, sometimes you wonder, it has been mentioned into the Hadith Sharif also, that when person become old age, Allah Ta'ala soften treatment unto him. Rewards will multiply in many folds. And on the other hand, when person becomes very old and he doesn't stop sinning, one of the two. When you are old, then you prepare for your grave. You prepare for your hereafter. You prepare for your death. One scenario. Second scenario, when you become old, then you grow in pride. You grow in jealousy. You grow in hasad. Your heart dirty. And you are growing old. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala think about it. Both scenarios are being mentioned into the Hadith Sharif. I was talking about Hafiz Hanif Sahab, that last few years, I think he was constantly preparing that my death is just around the corner. He was just preparing. So much so, Abdul Rashid Bhai Muhammad, when he passed away, I think he spent 8 hours together. If I'm not forgetting, 8 hours constantly reading Quran and La ilaha illallah and Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, and created that environment because doctor had said that this man is going to depart. Muhammad Chacha Bana and Hafiz Hanif, they took turn and they were reciting one way. And when you do something like that, al jaza'u bi jinsil amal, al jaza'u bi jinsil amal, the type of amal you offer, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will treat you also accordingly. You provided Qurani environment for somebody else. Hafiz Sahab, when he became critically ill, we escorted him to the Salford Royal, and doctors immediately said that he's got only half an hour. He's got only half an hour. And then he survived for 2, 3, 4 days, I think. And all 2, 3, 4 days on his bedside, there was constant Quran recitation. There was constant Quran recitation. Why I am saying this? I don't know. We getting old now. And wallahi, I am fearing that whether I am going to die with Iman or not. Because such an environment we are living now. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq that we prepare ourselves. All men either preparing for his grave, or all men either growing in sinning. One of the two. I must think about myself. You must think about yourself. How is your heart? How is my heart? How I am looking forward to my grave, and how you are running away from your death and sinning. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we had few days ago, Maulana Yusuf Mama passed away. I was trying to recall, he was such a person, he was one of the great alim. Normally what happens, someone who stands up onto the mimbar or onto the mihrab and deliver very eloquent speeches, then people think he is a great alim. Not always. Not always. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam said that somebody who will be very eloquent in speech, Nabi sallallahu said, I fear fitna from him. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us. But our measurement, sometimes we will take at somebody that he is leading many people, or many people are following him. Then Maulana Mama, he was such a great alim, but he kept himself like very low profile, very low profile. Nabi Sallallahu said in one of the hadith sharif, Inna Allah yuhibbul abrar al-atqiya al-akhfiya alladhina idha ghabu lam yutafaqqadu wa idha hadaru lam yud'u qulubuhum masabihul huda yakhrujuna min kulli ghabara'a mughlima. Nabi Sallallahu said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves that person who is not known. We all want to be known. This time fitna, it is one of the greatest fitna. Everybody has become profile worshipper. Me. I want to be known. My salat should be known by everybody. My speech should be known by everybody. My imamat should be known by everybody. My piety should be known by everybody. My leadership should be known by everybody. You're not worshipping Allah, you're worshipping your own ego. And Nabi Sallallahu said, Inna Allah yuhibbul abrar al-atqiya al-akhfiya. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves those pious people who are muttaqi and who don't want to be known. They make such effort that alladhina idha ghabu lam yutafaqqadu. When they are not present, no one make any notice of them. وَإِذَا حَضَرُوا لَمْ يُدْعَوْا. And when they are present, no one calls them, no one invite them. But what are they? قُلُوبُهُمْ مَصَابِيحُ الْهُدَى. Their hearts are lalchans of hidayat. يَخْرُجُونَ مِنْ كُلِّ غَبَرَاءَ مُغْلِمَةٍ. They come out from every fitna. We are going through very troublesome time. We are going through very troublesome time. But sometime we noticed that last year, January, February, March, April, how was the condition of my heart after 1 year, such a great pandemic year when, and there is no change. I'm talking about myself, I'm not talking about you. There is no change. That's when you fear that your hearts are dead, your conscience are dead, your inner being is dead. That's why nothing is penetrating. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I was talking about Maulana Yusuf Mama, rahmatullah alayhi. He was very great alim. And he has made some of the predictions. He used to say, people from the subcontinent, especially from India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, maybe some of the African countries, some of the other countries, they came to this Western world. Why? Because of the finance, because of the good life, because of the luxurious life. And when they came, their back home, their countries, they used to expect some help from them. Maulana Yusuf Mama said that time will come, you came here to support your families in India, in Pakistan. He said you came with that goal and purpose. Time will come that people from there will help you. He made that prediction. And people saw. And people are experiencing. And he had made these types of few predictions. I was trying to recall, but I forgot some of them. One day we were sitting in Masjid Noor, and I think somebody from Taraj had his funeral, and Maulana had come to attend that funeral. Regarding janaza and regarding giving ghusl and regarding kafan, he was making very valuable points. So these pious people, they are departing from our midst. And one of the two, be optimistic always. I always share that hadith sharif, that according to hadith sharif, Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, one Jamaat from the Western world will join Mahdi radiyallahu ta'ala. So let us aim for the highest, let us aim for the greatest, let us aim for the biggest. But on the other side, what is happening into the Western world? Many of our young generation, not announcingly, sometime announcingly and sometime not announcingly, they are denouncing Iman. They are denouncing Islam. They are abandoning Iman and Islam. So, there are both lines, positive lines also and worrying lines also. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I was saying that I was standing by the grave of Hafiz Sahib and I was wondering that how good you were. That Abdul Rashid Bhai I was talking about. We were in one journey together. Approximately Fajr was about 6 o'clock. And he used to wake up 3 o'clock. he will perform his tahajjud, he will constantly spend his time and hours into the dhikr of Allah. And we used to make request to him that, wake us up only Fajr time comes, just before a few minutes. But whenever now I go to cemetery, I am being forced to go to his grave. Why? Because you go and you think that, you have bought your plot into Jannat years before you travel. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq. We are living in a very troublesome time. And sometime forecast of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam suggests that you will be tested more and more as time will come nearer to the Qiyamah. And on the other hand, there is no change, there is no repentance, there is no difference, there is no revolution. We are not taking any heed, any lessons. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq that before our death we prepare ourselves for it. Maulana Sulaiman Kattani, he is not well. Since this pandemic started, he kept on begging people. He kept on begging people that whether it is conspiracy or whether it is Allah's punishment, whether it is coming naturally or whether it is conspiracy. But one thing is certain, that your Allah is not happy with you. That's why He is allowing you to go through such testing time. And you still not turning back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is what he was urging. He was begging, and now he is also not well. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, those whose shadow will provide coolness onto the heads of ummah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala lengthen their shadow. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq that we come back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We come back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala whenever and whatever was said correct, it is from Allah and Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and whenever and whatever said wrong, it is from me and from shaitan, and Allah and Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam got nothing to do with it. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept one and all. This is today's dars, inshallah.